Hello and welcome back to Farmer's Daughter Coffee Company. I'm Lucas and this is Chloe. Chloe is our barista extraordinaire, and Chloe today is going to take us through the setup of our barista counter line and kind of explain why we chose to set things up the way that we did and the flow of our kitchen. And she's going to kind of explain how all of these things work together and why we set things up the way that they are. But at the same time, we are new coffee shop owners, and she's worked in coffee shops before, but we're still learning. So if you have great ideas that you would like to share with us, be sure and jump down in the comments and share those ideas with us, especially if you have experience in this business. We would love to also learn from you. But today we're going to let Chloe share what she knows about the counter line. So let's go down the line and kind of talk about what we have here.
This is where our pastries are going to go. We don't have a lot of them out right now, but we'll have labels for what everything is too. We're going to have like blueberry scones, M&M cookies as we have out right now. But we'll also have fancy croissants, cinnamon rolls,
handmade Pop-Tarts,
homemade Pop-Tarts. So we'll have a bunch of stuff here, and it'll look a lot prettier than it does right now.
We're not open for business right now, so.
This is our register for inside orders. We chose to use Square for one because it's what I'm used to. I've worked in food service since I was like 15, and every business I've worked in has used Square, so I'm familiar with it. I'm comfortable with cashing out orders on this system. But I also think it's just really convenient. It let us set up the menu like this. We just clicked on the PDF, and it put in every single item and like sizes and prices. And so really all I had to do was go through and edit like any mistakes and stuff like that, or add things that we didn't have on this at the time. So it was really easy to set up. And so I think it's going to be good for our business.
Yeah, I think Square was a good choice.
These are espresso grinders. We've got decaf on this side and regular on this side. So we'll be able to make regular and decaf espresso. And we use a Stella Cafe brand. I had never used this brand of grinder before we ordered these. They were just a little more cost effective than the ones I was used to. And at first I was taken aback because the ones I'd used before, you put the portafilter under and it dispenses the right amount of grounds. This one doesn't do that, but now that I'm used to it, I do like it. This is my baby. We got a La Marzocco Linea AV Classic. It's a 2-group, and it was not what I'd used before. I had never worked with one of these before. A lot of the coffee YouTubers, TikTokers that I've seen, a lot of them use this, and I got it in pink, so that's what I had to have. When we first got it, I didn't know anything about dosage programming or anything like that, and we were short on time, so we didn't have like any technicians coming in to help us. So I had a panic, and I thought that we were not going to get to open a coffee shop, but we figured it out, and I love it. And this is the little holder I use for the cups for our hot drinks. There's small, regular, large, and then our hot sleeves that I went ahead and pre-stamped with our logo during times where I had nothing else to do. These are our sauce flavors, which these are just flavors that are thicker than the syrups. They're more of like I guess a sauce than a liquid.
So how does that work? Those mix into the drinks?
Yes,
okay.
They do. So I use less sauce than I do for syrups. So where I would do like 4 pumps of syrup for a small iced drink, I use 1 pump of sauce. It's just thicker and sweeter. We have white chocolate, regular chocolate, and then a sugar-free chocolate sauce.
Nice.
This is our drive-through register. It's the same exact one as over there, except for we have this guy. We don't have a drive-through speaker right now to save money also, but we have this little handheld thing so we can walk outside and take their order and start making their drink, be a little more efficient, and have it ready by the time they get up here. And also, this thing will let us hand it out the window to the customer and ask for a tip. So it's a little bit nicer than just saying like, hey, do you want to add a tip? Like you can just hand it out and say, can I ask you a couple questions? And it works a little better. And this rack we added for storage stuff. I have some of my glass cups for in-house drinks. some extra napkins, our teas, extra stock of syrup so we don't have to run to the back when we're busy. And then we have alternate milks that are shelf stable so we don't have to fill the fridge with the extras. And then some paper bags and sleeves, kitchen stuff.
To-go stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And these are our syrups. There's not a ton of organization to it other than these are regular syrups. Then we kind of have a couple fruity ones here and then sugar-free. I mainly kept these super separate so we don't mix up sugar-free vanilla and regular vanilla because they look really similar. The only difference is this has a blue stripe and the other one's red. That's easy to mix up.
Right, cool.
We've got straws here and ice drinks and ice lids here. These are our containers for polar powder and hot chocolate powder. We use these for our frozen blended drinks. The polar powder especially makes it blend a lot better. I think it gives it a good texture and it makes it extra sweet, which customers like.
Nice.
And then we have smoothie drink mixes. So that makes it super easy to give them a smoothie option without having to cut fresh fruit and all that stuff. This is our coffee grinder. We use this for drip coffee, bagged coffee, cold brew. So it's normally going to stay on this drip setting, and I marked it with a red just so we remember, like for hot coffee. And I didn't have a blue Sharpie, but this one I'm going to mark in blue. This is what we have to grind it on for cold brew.
Cool.
This is our coffee maker. It's same brand as the coffee grinder. And all you do is open these up, sit that under there, and hit start when you're ready to brew coffee.
Oh, nice.
It's very easy. These are our blenders. We got them from Amazon. The brand is Want Join, and it's a lot more cost effective than what I used before. I don't remember what the brand was, but I know I looked it up, and they were like $2,000 a piece, and these were $250 a piece. And I've tested them, made some drinks with them, and they blend perfectly fine. Everything still tastes delicious. There's no ice chunks in it. And even if these don't last as long, even if I have to replace these, I could replace these many times before I would have to, pay $2,000 for the other ones. So I think it's a good move.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and so you have your blender washer right here. You want to show how that works?
Yeah. So this blender rinser makes it super easy to just quickly rinse out the blender in between drinks. So you don't have to do like a full wash in the kitchen, but you're rinsing it out, making it clean so you can make a new drink. And you just sit it on top like that and start spraying, and it gets it super clean.
Oh, perfect.
It's amazing because we only have 2 blenders at once and everyone loves frozen drinks. So it makes it a lot more efficient.
Awesome.
This is our ice bin. Very self-explanatory. You open it up and it has ice.
Oh, wow. Novel idea.
And this is our shelf of roasted beans. We've got decaf on the very top. This one is a Colombian because we could not get Kenyan AA in decaf. It's hard enough to find it regular anyway. But then the rest is our roasted regular coffee, which is a Kenyan AA. And before we knew if our roaster was going to come in time and we were going to be able to roast it ourselves before opening date, we had our friend Ryan from Good Vibes Coffee in Huntington. He roasted a bunch of our Kenyan coffee beans for us, so we knew we'd have some ready for opening.
Oh, and what's this?
This is our roaster. This was custom made for us by Yoshan Roasters. We picked the color and I'm obsessed with it. I don't know how to use it yet because Dad hogs it.
I do like to hog the roaster because it's a lot of fun. I've been roasting coffee for about 10 years, but I've never had a professional machine to do it on. And this is a pretty small capacity machine. It's a 2 kilogram roaster, so a little over 4 pounds that it'll roast at a time, but it does a great job of it. And I was able to roast about 20 pounds of coffee in just over an hour this evening. For what we are doing right now, it keeps up with our volume. And as we grow, then maybe we can afford a larger roaster. But it even has their logo. How cool is that? All right, guys, so that's going to do it for our introduction to the counter line here at Farmer's Daughter Coffee Company. And I appreciate Chloe taking the time to share with us her thought process in laying this out. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We appreciate y'all watching.
Stay groovy.